Welcome back. Now, under the leadership of its Director General, NBC launched not one, not two, not three, but 4 new programs in April 2022. The Wheels of Justice by Daniel Nadunya, the Daily Roundup with Nina, Situation Kritikal with Jonas Mbambo, and In the Community with Elago Shitaatala. We're now joined by the Director General of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, Stanley Similo, to give us a review of the programs over the year. Mr. Similo, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Nina. Thank you very much. And also thank you to our viewers, our loyal viewers.
Mr. Similo, I'd like to start by gauging your reception of these new shows, especially from the viewpoint of a viewer.
Look, right at the onset, when we started with the project, remember it was quite a trying time for us as well. And then when we were saying that we are bringing this out, a lot of people were asking, but where will you get the money? And I've always maintained that, look, it's not always that you need to have money in order to be able to make things happen. The first thing that I needed to have, especially with people like yourself, Nina, was to say, do you have the commitment? Do you believe that you can do this? Now, if I have to review a year later, I think you've proven all critics wrong, that this can be done. Young people taking charge of programs that are now part of what we do. People are looking forward. They want to see these programs. And the information that we are sharing is so vital in terms of making sure that Namibians are broadly informed. I mean, if you look at the Wheels of Justice, dealing with issues of law, explaining in detail as to what these things are. Your own program, the Daily Roundup with Nina, like we are talking now, it has become one of these, and it works well for us because we are able to tell stories, we are able to get people to be heard, and we are making sure that the dissemination thereof happens in a fair fashion, yeah. And then also when we look at Situation Kritikal, the one that is presented by Jonas, it's a program that has so much in it, very diverse views, people coming into the programs, discussing things, dissecting them. I mean, sharing information that is so critical for us. And then, of course, the one, the In the Community as well, a great program, because that one goes into the community literally. And we get to see things about people that we ordinarily would not see on TV. So for us, we believe that we're doing great.
I'm sure one of the things you may have been labeled with giving the directive to launch 4 shows simultaneously was, overambitious. Do you think that you were?
Well, when one applies hindsight, you will say to yourself that, because there was a time where I felt that, oh, was this not too much? But I had the firm belief that after having discussed with yourselves, I knew that we would be able to make this. And I always say, look, in business, you should be able to see around the corner when others don't, so that you can actually get there. And where are we today? We are there. I mean, all the doubting Thomases, we've proven that these things can be done. And this is just the beginning. I mean, if we look at a year later, many other projects that we are busy with as well, it does show that if the commitment is there and the vision is there and the focus is there, one should be able to accomplish quite a lot with the little that you have.
Mr. Similo, how do these new programs fall in line with what the NBC is mandated to do?
Well, it speaks to the heart of why the NBC was created, because these are programs that have their values embedded within the structure, culturally, the structure in terms of the way we live, the structure in terms of what we do. It speaks exactly to the core of what actually tells who and what a Namibian is. So for us, it's part of broadening that base that seeks to say that when people are watching television, they should be able to see things that matter, things that they can affirm with, that they can find affinity with. So for us, it's a great thing. And I believe that with the reviews that we are getting and the comments that we are getting, I believe that we are on the right track. So in terms of our mandate, I think we're living 100% to what it is.
Fantastic. Now, media and technology contemporarily go hand in hand now. So how is the broadcaster faring in technologically revolutionizing itself? I mean, the viewers would like to see these shows being live streamed, for one. When will that become a reality?
Look, the aspect of live streaming is currently an element that is also enjoying my personal attention. What we must also be aware of is that part of what makes us to be able to bring programs forth is the aspect that the element of support is slowly dwindling financially. I mean, if I just look at this financial year that has started now, 1st of April, our budget has been cut with 62 million Namibian dollars. Now, should that put us in a state of panic? Of course not. All it will do for us is to highlight the aspect of what should we do in order to still remain there, be at the cutting edge, whilst at the same time finding different means in terms of how we should move forward and embrace technology. So coming back to your question, we have deployed some technology that allows us today to be able to almost be live from any point within the country itself, provided broadband is there. Because we believe that the aspect of bandwidth from a data perspective, once broadband is properly in place, we should be able to create content from anywhere within the country, and at the same time be able to stream that live where it matters. Now, some of the programs, unfortunately, we will also have to find a way of monetizing that so that we can also build our own revenue creation base. Because if we also don't do that, especially against dwindling subsidy, we might get to a situation where we cannot function. So we need to find a fine balance around what can be, so to say, if one may say, for free, and I'm using that for a lack of a better word, or find means through which we can actually do this at a very affordable rate that will make sure that everybody sees and can hear what the NBC does. And very soon, we're going to be venturing into some ambitious plan, which unfortunately I cannot reveal now. But I believe that it will speak to innovation and also how we wanted to do things very differently. I mean, Nina, things have changed. Our competition is no longer your traditional broadcasters.
Correct.
The newspapers, radio, all of those are online. So the space that the NBC used to enjoy as the so-called monopoly no longer exists. So we must also now think not even outside the box, but away from the box. Like I tell my people, don't even refer to the box, just ban it so that it does not exist, so that we have a limitless horizon in terms of the things that we will need to do. So yes, we are embracing technology.
That sounds absolutely fantastic, and we're definitely looking forward to what's next for the national broadcaster. Mr. Similo, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us this evening on the show.
Always a pleasure, and it's one of those things when you are featured on the Daily Roundup, then you know that, yes, we have arrived. Thank you very much for yourself and the team, Nina.
Thank you. That was the Director General of the NBC, Mr. Stanley Similo, joining us via Zoom to talk to us about the one-year anniversary of not only the Daily Roundup with Nina, but 3 other flagship shows that was launched in April of 2022. We take a short break and then it's time for entertainment. Stay with us.